I like to use my smite on the first camp. It really depends on what your preference is. I think it just gives a nice quick clear speed and makes sure you don't get camped by the enemy jungler and that he doesn't take your jungle camp. But there's lots of schools of thought. You can save it and use it on one of the other camps. It's up to you. Alright, so Nautilus is clear. It's not that amazing, but it's decent. I came out with a decent amount of health. I had to use both my potions. Alright, so I'm looking right now. I need to do something because I can't take jungle anymore. Teemo's overextended. He's going to pay for it. Alright, so he burns flash. That's good. My gank is successful. Now, I want my laner to take this health pack. I should retreat and take my altar. Okay, so my laner is failing to take the health. So this is very, very poor job by him. So I'm going to take it, and I'm going to use it on top lane. So Ahri made a bit of a mistake there, not taking that health pack. If you're playing bot lane, that health pack is super important. If the enemy laner gets to it before you, and he's got a little bit of health missing, he can easily recoup that and get right back into the fight with you. It spawns at 3 minutes. If you're playing bot lane, that is something you have to know. Alright, so I see that Ivern's going to come down here. I can get some free damage on him. I dodge his binding. I start fighting. Okay, cool. Now I rotate. So right now, I know Riven's going to push into turret, but I also want to get the CS that's being left here. So she knows that. She sees me. I use smite on her to mitigate some of her damage. I use my potions right away. Alright, so she's looking to come in on me. Cool. I don't really care about any of these guys. I'm just looking to pick up some CS and not push this wave too hard. I took the minimal amount of CS so that my laner could still be on top of this game when he got back and pick up some levels. Jungle CS goes to jungler. Lane CS typically will go to laner. Immediately, he will ping in chat what Teemo used. You can either choose to fight them and maybe die, or let him get a double kill on your allies. Typically, I will try to prevent him from roaming on my allies. They're putting some pretty good damage on me here. They can dive if they want, but I need to defend this turret. So I'm going to try not to take the CS from my laner there. I could have. They're going to put as much pressure on us as they possibly can. So I'm looking for Teemo here. My bot laner should be bottom right now. We aren't in a position to do some sort of roaming. And as a jungler, it's my job to make sure Teemo doesn't roam on my top laner. and I'm just going to type in chat that I'm buying. My allies are pretty far extended, and I have seen them overextend before. So by typing that in, hopefully they'll back up a little bit. Depending on the enemies, it will dictate what sort of boots you buy. In this case, they've got a lot of stun lock, they've got a lot of magic damage, Ivern and Teemo. So I'm going to buy myself some Merc Treads to try to mitigate some of the stun lock as well as the Teemo Shrooms. With certain champions, it's better to buy boots really quickly. It depends on Nautilus if you're fighting a bunch of immobile champions. I see this turret's low and I want this, so Tristana should have stuck around. When fighting an Ivern, just throw out your mist. It's one of the benefits of playing on 3s. So this is a pretty bad engage. They've got a lot more health than we do. So for sure I can't invade too far, but what I can do is keep control of that middle health relic. So that turned a very unfortunate series of events into something a bit more manageable. If they invade on me right now, I've got a lot more health. So they're on my top laner pretty hard. If I didn't roam there, they could have done something to him. They could have towered over. So I could be jungling right now, but then we'll lose this turret automatically. So since their jungler is applying so much pressure here, if I want to stay in the game, I need to do something about it. By killing the jungle camps, you're going to get yourself some Hunter's Potion stacks back, and maybe recoup some health. So I'm going to check my death recap. Taking a lot of magic damage. And that pretty much means I need to go for Locket of the Iron Solari, which is a pretty nice tanky supporty item. And as a Nautilus, you're kind of a support. You can build yourself a Iceborne Gauntlet, but it's going to be way more effective against a bunch of attack damage dealers. So, they can't push the next turret too hard. It's a 2v3 right now, so we can't contest that altar. But what I can do is take this creep. My ally is being attacked. If I don't do something, he's going to die. So, I must go in. I see Riven up top. I have to remember that there's Teemo Shrooms everywhere. My ally goes ham. I see my ally is fighting Riven. That means I need to do something. If she turns on him, then I'm going to protect him. I don't necessarily think that this is a best plan because they've got two other enemies that can rotate on us. I don't take his CS there. So hypothetically, we don't really want to do anything major until I get my item completed. It's going to be much more powerful once it's done.